Already. All right, we'll talk a little more about Apple. Zero-day flaw.
Apple rolls out urgent patches for zero-day flaws impacting iPhones, iPads, and Macs. Apple has rolled out security updates to iOS, iPadOS, macOS, tvOS, watchOS, and Safari to address several security vulnerabilities, including one actively exploited zero-day bug in the wild. Tracked as CVE 2023-38606, the shortcoming resides in the kernel and permits a malicious app to modify sensitive kernel state potentially. The company said it was addressed with improved state management. Apple is aware of a report that this issue may have been actively exploited against versions of iOS released before iOS 15.7.1, the tech giant noted in its advisory. It's worth noting that CVE 2023-38606 is the third security vulnerability discovered in connection with Operation Triangulation, a sophisticated mobile cyber espionage campaign targeting iOS devices since 2019 using a zero-click exploit chain. The other two 0 days, CVE 2023-32434 and CVE 2023-32435, were patched by Apple last month.
Remember the over-the-air update, that quick one that we saw, and then it was breaking stuff, and they rolled it back and things like that, and then they fixed it again? A zero-click exploit means there's no interaction required from the user.
Kaspersky researchers Valentin Pashkov, Mikhail Vinogradov, Georgy Kasharin, Leonid Bezvershenko, and Boris Larin have been credited with discovering and reporting the flaw. The updates are available for the following devices and operating systems: iOS 16.6 and iPadOS 16.6-.
I don't care about the version numbers. I don't care about the model numbers. Don't give a fuck. Once in a while.
With the latest round of patches, Apple has resolved a total of 11 0 days impacting its software since the start of 2023. It also comes 2 weeks after the company published emergency fixes for an actively exploited bug in WebKit that could lead to arbitrary code execution. CVE 2020.
It's always WebKit. It's always WebKit. We talked about this already. We covered that. Well, it's another one. Another day, another Apple vulnerability, huh? Another day, another fucking iOS kernel vulnerability, bruh. Bruh. You're all the Nabussies. That's true. That's true. Thank you, Disosh and Amaris. Apple has patched 11 0 days since the start of the year. The most recent one utilizes a flaw in the kernel that allows state modification. This is allegedly used in part with, this is allegedly, I already used utilize. Used in connection with Operation Triangulation. The espionage campaign targeting get rid of allegedly. This is used in connection with Operation Triangulation. An espionage campaign active since 2019.